Welcome back, everybody, to the BMX Podcast. My name is Kevin Wilson, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, Danny Pena of Danny Pena BMX Racing on YouTube. And today we have a couple returning guests. We have Kent Lowry and Richard Kerr. Rich, thank you very much. Kent, thank you very much for joining us, man.
Thanks for having us.
Dude, so we've been recording a couple episodes lately. I got to change my hat. We've been recording a couple episodes lately, and I want to get you guys back on to do a little magazine review. And just to let you guys know a little secret, last night at the end of the episode, me and Danny and I kind of closed up shop. And last night I kind of asked Danny, I said, hey, do you ever want to play trivia? And you know what what he had to say? He told me, he goes, dude, I don't think I can be beat.
I don't think anybody can beat me, dude. And
I was like, oh wow, maybe we gotta play sometime, Danny.
Now I said it, so I'm low. Now I have to win, so I shouldn't have said anything.
So, anyways, that's kind of like an underlying thing I want to do today, because we're gonna switch up roles today. I'm gonna ask the trivia questions later on after we get done going through a magazine and sharing our best stories. I understand that Kent has some trivia for us of his own that he wants to bring up and talk about. So maybe we could do that. Maybe we could do that next, and then we can go in the magazine and so forth. Does that sound good, Kent and everybody?
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm first. I don't care if I'm last. I'll just make some passes.
Nice, dude. So, Kent, what do you got for us, dude? We all know that you're from the Pacific Northwest. You diced with Ellis. You diced with Daryl Young, those types of guys. What kind of trivia do you have? What kind of cool facts you want to bring to the table?
Well, I didn't know I was going to go first. I had a couple fascinating things that might be interesting.
Absolutely, dude. What do you got?
Well, like one of them is all of us are pretty familiar with the Comp 3 tire, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, we've seen it probably maybe 1 million times, maybe more than that. How many sides are on one of those knobbies? Not the ones that are really close to the edge of the rim, but the main ones. How many different sides to that knobby? Remember the old dirt bikes? There was pretty much 4 sides to a knobby.
Yeah.
I think 20 sides is my guess.
Okay, that's a pretty good guess. Anybody else?
I wouldn't even. 15.
Well, try to remember what the knobby looked like.
I was picturing it in my head, yeah, because it's
one
like
right here. Hold on.
kind of
Which
like
tire was it?
Comp 3s.
Oh, Comp 3?
Yeah.
There was a Comp 1. They didn't call it a Comp 1. Then there was a Comp 2, which was a snake belly, which was actually pretty good for straightaways, but not very good.
I'm going with 12.
All right, Danny, how about you? I don't want to give you too much time to find a tire and start counting the sides.
I guess 20 because that's the best I could think of because there's so many sides to it. I mean, it literally goes dun 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 dun. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I got an article here, and I know you've probably seen this sometime before, and I'm going to see if you can read it on the very top caption. I don't know if you can see the very top of that, right up here.
No, I'm familiar with the ad. I just can't read it without putting my face up against the monitor.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what it says. It says, bet you guys didn't know that this tire block has 18 sides.
Oh, so close, man.
18 sides. When that tire came out, there was no tire that compared in traction because of all those sides. But guess what? It also has 24 edges. If you count the little groove in the middle, the little factory sipe, and then the circular holes, there's 4 circular holes. That's 24 sides. That's why there wasn't any tire. And I don't think there's been a tire since that outperforms that tire in traction on a hard surface.
I got a fun fact about that because I raced up until 98. I raced from 83 to about 93. Then I took a break. Then I raced 98, 99 season. Took another break, and I didn't race again until 2012. And by the time I came back, I had a GT box series with Comp 3 tires on it. and everybody was running the slick tire, but I didn't care because I mean it's my bike.
Right.
I'm gonna run what I want. And anyway, they worked great still, man. I was running Comp 3 1.5, so they were super thin, and they were fast. And our track had a lot of loose dirt on it still, so and we didn't have we didn't have concrete berms yet, the asphalt turns. So I was sticking to the berms. I raced it like that, man, for months before my cousin just walked up and gave me some power blocks. You know, he goes, "Here, put the modern tires on your bike." And I was like, "Oh man, thanks." He bought them for me, and I thought, "Thanks, I'll put them on." And in a way, I kind of didn't want to, because I still swear by those tires, man. They're excellent tires.
You know, it's interesting because I haven't raced mountain bikes, but I've rode probably every tire, just about every bike, BMX tire there was out there at one time. And I always came back to the Comp 3. Nothing gripped better. There's not even a mountain bike tire that I've rode that doesn't wash more in a corner than a Comp 3. So it's pretty impressive. Now, did you know that, let me ask you guys this. Was there true or false? Did they make a Comp 5?
I believe it stopped at 4.
Yes,
Right?
You're right. They stopped at 4. There's a Comp 4. So what's the difference between a Comp 4 and a Comp 3? Do you guys know what that is?
they made more than that. The Comp 4 had it was a folding tire, had a Kevlar bead.
Yep.
And they did it for weight. But the funny thing about it is the bead doesn't weigh that much on the tire. Mountain bike guys did this too, the mountain bike companies. If you look at those folding tires, all the weight savings was done in reduced amount of knobbies on the tire. It looked like the same tire, but the spacing between the knobbies were more spaced out and fewer knobbies and less rubber. And that's where the true weight saving was in the less rubber used in the tire and not so much the Kevlar bead.
Holy
it was
crap.
kind of a marketing thing.
Right. I
That's
remember when the Kevlar bead tire came out on the Comp 4, I was disappointed that it had less knobbies because there was a noticeable difference when you were pounding a corner. There were guys that washed out with those Comp 4 tires because there was less traction. It was obvious. It was kind of like your tire was partly bald in places.
Oh, wow.
The other thing too
But the Comp
is
5 was a sew-up.
there was never a Comp 5 that I know of. Yeah, they had sew-ups for little kids.
Sew-up, I have them here, and then they had a Comp 8, which I put on the Rumblesfish test bike.
Wow.
So I think you just schooled us on that. I didn't realize they went past Comp 4.
And a Comp 10.
What the hell? Where were these tires being sold at? Because I don't remember seeing that.
He smoked us on that.
We talked about the Comp 1 with Marty. Remember that, Danny?
We didn't know what it looked like. We had no idea what the Comp 1 looked
Was
like.
there a Comp 1 ever? What did it look like?
Well, it just looked like a motorcycle tire, but just a miniature version.
So it was just a knobby, right? Like a straight normal knobby, right?
Just a square little knobby.
Was
That's
it
what I-
called a Comp 1 or what was it in the call?
It was just Comp. It didn't have any, it didn't say Comp 1.
Wow. Okay.
They didn't know at the time they're going to make so many.
Yeah. 9
Right.
more.
Now,
Why
the
did
other
they-
thing,
Go ahead.
the other thing that's interesting about the these Comp 4 tires, then they found a way to make the standard Comp 3 lighter, and then I remember in the mid 90s the standard Comp 3 tire was actually lighter than the Comp 4. They actually changed. It didn't have a wire bead in it. It had a hard bead, but it wasn't steel anymore, and it was actually lighter than the Comp 4.
You know what I noticed, Kent, was the last Comp 3s I had didn't have the gum wall. It was just a black tire. That was the last Comp 3 I had.
Yeah, they had them black too. But anyhow, they were lighter than the Comp 4 after that, and they also held their bead better.
Richard, what did you guys ride on GPV? You didn't ride Comp 3s.
Pull comps is what I ran. Tioga pull comp.
Oh, so like the pool rider stuff, the super slick ones?
Slick tire that had wear holes in it. Because without knobbies, you don't know how it's wearing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
So
I remember
there
those.
was staggered just off the center. There was holes every so many. I don't know how far apart they were, but all the way around the tire. There was that, and then Avocet made a slick. But the difference between the Avocet was the full comp had a thick rubber base, and so it insulated the tire better against heat. The Avocet was a really thin rubber slick with not much rubber built up on it, and that's what I was running on Highway 18 when I broke my hip. That pack tire popped on me because of that tire being made the way it was.
Oh, wow.
So I remember the better ones that you were telling me about telling us about that were really thick. They kind of look like a street bike tire, like a crotch rocket tire. It's kind of thicker on the side, so
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys, which you might be able to answer, because the early days of BMX, when they were racing indoor on concrete tracks and wooden ramps, that's before my time. I didn't start racing till like 82, so I was racing in the dirt. I never raced inside. I think there was a race at the Cow Palace around that time I started, but I wasn't good enough to even consider going to that. So were they racing? I know that I heard they put soda on the tires, they put hairspray on the tires, but were they using knobbies on that, or was at all? I have no idea.
yeah.
I myself, I didn't race any of the indoor races. I did do one dual slalom race in Long Beach that was indoor, and I ran 6 on it, and I got a large Coke in between runs and poured on my tires to get the Coke syrup on there.
So
But they also, a lot of races, they put Coke syrup in the corners.
Did they really?
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I reviewed one of those races, and it was David Clinton was there. He was killing it, and a lot of the old school guys, kind of our first generation superstars, and Eddie King, Pete Lonkarovich, a lot of the guys were there. There was a lot of crashes. I don't know if the flat turns were too much for the speeds they were carrying. I think they made the tracks a little bit too tight, because I've seen everybody went down at one point in time. And the wooden ramps were so small, like it was impossible to get backside. Like I think I saw Stu Thompson kind of like speed jump it a little bit, but I can't remember what tires they were using. I just remember reading about the hairspray and the Coke and all that stuff. I mean, I definitely would try it if I had the opportunity back then, but it looks kind of nuts now from today.
Wasn't that like the era of like Comp 2s even? I mean, they didn't do indoors in the mid 80s, did they, Rich?
No, I don't think so.
Not on with the concrete floors.
Okay. Yeah.
The biggest race I know that was indoors on the concrete was Indy World Championship.
I think that's the one I watched.
And Lee Medlin, as an amateur, set the fastest lap time.
He did. He had the fastest lap time, and he wasn't a pro. Yeah.
And yeah, he was amateur. Now I could check with him and see what tires they ran, because that's a good question.
Yeah, I would think the closest thing that you could run is like a snake belly. That would be about the right time, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Or just a department store type tire.
Or just a really worn Comp 3.
Yeah.
A Comp half. A Comp 2.5.
I was always amazed that I'd see guys on the track that, are pretty prominent racers, and their back tire was almost had no tread in the very middle. I'm like, man, I put a new tire on for any national.
I never even looked at my tires.
Man, something about a fresh set of tires, man. It's like putting new shoes on. It just makes your bike look so good all of a sudden.
And you can ride faster, right? New shoes.
Yeah.
I had this theory that the color tires grip better because they were softer rubber.
Yeah, they wore out fast. I know Kevin hates colored tires. Me and him have had discussions about it. And I used to run the blue snake bellies because I thought they looked kind of trick. And man, those things wore out to nothing. I mean, they was as smooth as my desk. After what was that?
That's because they were softer rubber.
Very much so. Yeah, they look cool, but they just ran out like they were gone like that.
I remember those days. I remember people riding those and probably almost half the life.
Right. I the first time I ever rode a BMX style bike, it was my friend's bike that lived down the street from my grandmother's, and he had the big freaking knobby tires on there, big balloon knobby tires. And I remember specifically how rough it was, but it was like,
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, this is cool. I can feel the tires. I was a little kid.
Did you have the raw power too, and the remember the raw power?
Yeah, the throttle you turn.
Yeah.
No, we ever did the playing card and the spokes with the
that too. Yeah.
I did a balloon.
Oh, you put a balloon in there?
Oh, it sounded like a 4-stroke.
Cool.
You tie a balloon around the seat stay, and then you would get the wheel, you'd spin it, and then it would da 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 da. But also, my favorite tire for a long time was the Aggressor.
Oh, that's a nice tire.
By
The
the way,
original Aggressor. I had that on my Webco.
I still got an Aggressor that has really good tread on it.
No way.
Yeah,
That's a nice tire.
I mean, it still has some of the little side bumps on it, little things you got to cut off with scissors. It's got some miles on it, but barely anything. And I just remember Comp 3 and back and an Aggressor up front. I got a story for you guys that you'll probably find interesting. It was at Eugene, Oregon. And I remember, I vividly remember Daryl Young having an Aggressor on the front and an Aggressor on the back because it was a total mud race. And I only had one Aggressor on the front. And so my dad and I switched to the back for this mud race. And some guys were using WD-40 to spray it on their tires so that the mud wouldn't clog up their knobbies down the track. There was all kinds of, I just made sure my tires were clean before I got off the gate. And after about 3 cranks, your tires are clogged and you don't have any traction anymore. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
Kevin, you're gonna have to attach a picture of this Aggressor tire because is that the huge knobby? Is that what it looks like, guys? Because I'm having a little trouble remembering now.
I might be able to run. I'd have to run out to the garage and find it.
It had what was it? 4 knobbies straight across.
Okay,
in sections.
Now you make me want to go run and get it.
If you want to go get it.
I'll run and get it. You guys can do all your talking about me while I'm gone.
It's funny you said that because I have one of my original Comp 3s, Kevin. I found it at my dad's place a couple of months ago, and it's got some dry rot on it. And I found, because he has this one little room where he stores all the bike stuff, and I go, these are my handlebars, these are my tires, this is that. And I found one Comp 3. It's just hanging in my garage. I just thought it was super cool. Like, that's an original Comp 3. You can never put that on a bike, though. It'll just explode. But
Yeah,
it was cool.
I ran fake Comp 3s. I still run fake Comp 3s.
What were those things called? Chin Lees or something?
Chin Shin.
everybody made them.
Yeah, everybody
That's the
made
most common tire out there, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They were even on department store bikes. You'd walk in and they look like Comp 3s, Same thing. It's just like the whole CW handlebar phenomenon. They were all so copied everywhere,
Yeah, dude, that's one of the reasons why I don't like to collect CW handlebars, because they're so hard to figure out if they're fake or not.
Oh, really?
For me, at least.
Yeah, I'm the same way. You see them, and you're wondering, are they real? Are they fake?
Yeah. And that's another reason why I don't like repop parts, because I'm not good enough to tell if it's repopped or not. A lot of, because there's very small changes made, and I'm not that good to figure out which one's which.
Most of the
There's a handful of guys that are repops that are actually being somewhat kind of fair about it, and they won't make them exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Bassett, they don't cap the fork on the remake stuff. The bottom of the fork, the original fork cap. The remake stuff, they won't cap the fork, so right there that okay, this is a repop.
Really?
Yeah, and a lot of the repops have the European bottom bracket and the the brake mounts for the V brakes. That's a telltale sign right away. Oh, that's modernized, and most of them are 21.5-inch top tube now. Even the stuff that Gary Turner's making, that's throwback to the original GTs, they're still longer. So that way, guys like us that buy them could ride them. Because you don't want to ride something with an 18-inch top tube, because especially you guys are big. So it'd just be knees into the bars.
Well, one of the ways we did.
But that's what we rode back in the day.
I don't know how you guys did it. I'm short and I pulled it off, but you guys all of you are
You didn't know
tall.
any difference.
So one of the ways that we dealt with it is an ESP stem came out that was longer than any other stem. Remember that?
Yeah.
And Ellis and the Pattersons and anybody that was really serious and tall, they pretty much got that ESP stem. It was also a lot longer. The shaft on it was longer, so you could put a whole bunch of flex fighters in there if you wanted that. So
how did that affect your steering with the stem being so far out from the head tube?
It's like that.
Yeah.
It really didn't. It didn't really have any bearing on that. But I tell you one thing it did do that was really nice. In fact, I was going to mention this at another podcast, but we got onto other stuff. If you had a Daryl Young frame and fork, it had a steeper head tube angle, and you had an ESP stem on, and it had some Daryl Young bars, which are curved forward just a little bit more than most. You could be up to 2.5 inches further forward than the competitors next to you just because of how far forward your bars are. That was quite an advantage out of the gate.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that before, actually. That's really interesting. Yeah.
That bike right there, that's got a GT double XL stem.
Right, and I don't even know if that was
I like short wheelbase bikes because you can just put them anywhere on the track. You can go inside, you can rail. And that's what I grew up with. But I needed that extra room, so I would do the double XL stem.
It'd be interesting to measure that because I did find, Kevin, my ESP stem. I have it now. I didn't find the tire. I know it's in my garage. It's probably tucked behind something. But I remember the tire had 4 knobbies, a row of 4 knobbies, and a row of 5, and it just alternated 4, 5, 4, 5, and then the top of the tire was kind of more flat, so it didn't like wrap the tire. You probably, in fact, on your Dirty Fest videos, or anyhow, I watched Dirty Vest and I saw some footage, and there were people that had that aggressor tire on their bikes. In some of those bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty tire.
It was a cool tire. It was heavy.
So I got a question. What do you guys like, short chainstays or longer chainstays? What are you guys' opinion on chainstay length, man?
Long chainstay for me because I ran those longer cranks, and when I'd snap out of the gate, like I tried a hutch bike that had a short back end, kind of like the Torkers had a shorter back end by about 1 inch, and my front end would just come up too much, and I felt like I couldn't lay down the power as well. So even if I had the chain, I didn't change my chain length because that's the first thing I did. I had to actually shorten my chain because the wheel would have actually been off the dropout just a little bit, or right at the very edge.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that, Kevin, is when I first started racing again in 2012, I told you I was on a GT box series, and I didn't realize it was a double XL. I just thought it was a cool looking frame, and I put it together. I didn't have the knowledge to know that bike was too long for me. And my cousin had pointed it out. He goes, "Oh man, your bike's too long for you." And I go, "I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I can haul ass on this." But what I realized was I couldn't pick the front end up very well. Like it was almost impossible for me to pick it up, like do a power wheelie or something like that. I couldn't really do it because it was entirely too long for me. And then when I switched over to an XL and I was starting to race a Haro, it was way easier to ride. I'm like, oh man, that really does make a difference. That little bit of length makes a massive difference on how the bike handles. Yeah.
I want to know what Richard thinks. Are you a short chainstay or long chainstay?
Short chainstay.
Yeah.
Short. Yeah.
I got on that Rebel. That Rebel had a short back end, and not knowing at the time, I fell in love with that bike. I mean, that thing accelerated so quick. It came out of the gate so good. The shorter back end made that wheelie easier, so you can get your front end up coming out of the gate to kind of get it higher up on the gate when you're coming out. I could speed jump that bike really good, and I just found that the shorter rear ends, you had less chain, less flex. The thing really accelerated really fast. So yeah, the shorter, the better.
You guys are tech guys, and okay, I had my brother designs bikes for a living, and BMX bikes, mountain bikes, everything. And I had a conversation with him about chainstay length, and I was like, "Tell me how you measure chainstays and all this stuff." And he told me that you can alter your chainstay by changing the length of your chain. So if you had let's say an 18-inch chainstay and you shortened your chain, you could actually alter technically the length of your chainstay. Does that sound right, or does that sound wrong?
Well,
it's the slot and the drop out.
Right.
So I always ran my wheel all the way up as short as I could in the dropout.
Okay.
So to do that, you'd have to take some links out to get it all the way up.
Right.
So but like, if you're running further back, you might have to add links. So you'll see, like my bikes, my Rumblefishes, or the RS with the centric bottom bracket, it's a fixed rear end. You're not moving the wheel back and forth. So a standard bike, when you read chainstay length, you'll see like 13.8 to 14.7, or they'll take into the consideration the length of that dropout.
Got it. Right.
Yeah.
Because it's measured from the. Is it measured from the middle of the dropout of the crank of the bottom bracket shell, or the middle of the spline of the crank?
Should be
the middle of the crank to the middle of the axle.
Rear axle, yeah. Center of crank, center of axle.
Got it.
So, Richard, I got a question for Richard. Sorry about that, Ken. When you were making your bike, was there a frame that you were modeling it after, or were you 100%? This is purely my design. I'm not basing it on anything. I don't think I asked you that last time we talked.
When I built the 20, I actually brought my Rumble frame in. The builder had an adjustable jig, and I just dropped that Rumble in that jig, adjusted everything around it, and went from there. Now on the Cruiser, I did the same thing with the RRS, except RRS has had a longer rear end, the longer chainstays. And so what I did was I moved the bottom bracket back. There's two ways. It had like a 68-degree seat angle.
Right.
And I like 72, 73. So you could either raise the front, the top of the post to achieve that steeper post, or you can move the back end, the bottom bracket back. By moving the bottom bracket back, you shorten the chainstay. And so I did that to get the 70, I think it's 73.3 seat angle on the Cruiser.
So I was going to comment on what Richard said there about the advantages to the rear back end, and he is correct. With the shorter back end, there's actually 4 things that I can immediately think of that you would have an advantage of. One, you have a stiffer rear end, like he had mentioned, a stiffer frame geometry. You also have less chain, which is less weight, which is also slightly less rotating weight. And then at the same time, you achieve that quicker snap. I mean, the front end comes up a little easier. So I think body type plays a role, though. It just depends. For me, I had a hard time keeping the front end down with those cranks. I mean, I could lay it down pretty hard, and you know how it is. All of us have had a chance where you've launched out of the gate and the front end was a little bit too high, and you actually kind of have to back off in the power till you come down where you can actually lay the power down. And that would happen in racing off the line. If your front tire caught the top edge of the gate at just the right way, where your tire is actually going over the gate. Then you get popped up in the air, and you kind of got to wait and let it come down. In the meantime, everybody goes around you.
I never thought about it like that, man. I guess it makes sense, because would you rather, if you're putting in your energy on the pedals, would you rather your bike go up in the air or forward? I guess I would want it to go forward, right?
Well, I think a lot of people look at snaps and they see the wheelie coming out of the gate as you're actually physically trying to do a wheelie.
Right.
That wheelie is actually just your weight transfer, the power you're applying downward, and then you're using your arms, your back muscles. I mean, I remember I did gates after not doing starts for a long time. My lats, I think they are here, were so sore. My back was sore because all those muscles you're using. I'm 6 foot tall, but I ran 175 cranks and I was a spinner. So to spin and do it correctly, you got to build a whole bike around it. It's not just, putting an easy gear on. There's things that you have to take in consideration to actually get the full benefit of spinning.
Well, I have seen some pros that come out of the gate with the front wheel up long enough to get to the bottom of the hill in some cases. So for me, of course my front wheel is going to come up. My goal is to follow the gate down. So if I'm following the gate down, I know I got a good snap. But as soon as I get it, my back wheel hits that gate, my front tire is typically already on the ground. But I've seen guys that have a lot of power, like Kent was saying he had a hard time keeping the wheel down. It's basically they're power wheeling almost all the way to the bottom because they have so much torque. And I didn't have that sort of power. So I thought that's an interesting comment, Kent.
Well, there's two things that are happening there. When you actually snap out of the gate, if your front tire can just be hovering above the ground, then that tire bounce off the ground isn't happening, and it doesn't interfere with your body posture and your cranking stroke, and you're actually faster. I've had a number of times where I've gone out of the gate and I've gotten about 6 cranks down the first straightaway, and my front tire isn't even moving yet. It's completely still. It never makes.
Yes.
And then when it does hit the ground, it kind of jerks you forward a little bit. It's helpful if it has a little rotation just before it hits. But so the 4 things to the short rear triangle, the advantages: stiffer frame, shorter chain means less weight. Also, there's less chain bouncing around, interfering with how it can derail if your chain's loose. So you have less chain, so it's harder to derail. There's a lot of advantages. The only disadvantage is it depends on the rider's riding style, how their body length and how their geometry of their body is in relation to their frame. That can play a role. You can have too short. You really can have too short.
Well, that's what happened. That's what ruined Lee Medlin's career. He had Kuhara made custom frames for all those guys.
Yep.
And Lee wanted a really short back end, and I was just talking to him about this 6 months ago or so, and he had said that Kuhara had such a short rear end that he had looped it, and it tore his ACL, and that kind of never recovered from it. Never had surgery. He's missing stuff in his knee that he never got replaced. It's like that today.
Oh, wow.
And it was because he had that back end really short.
Every time you mention Lee Medlin, there's this one picture, and it was in bicycle motocross action. It wasn't even BMX action yet. I guess they were interviewing him, and he's like leaned back on his bed, and he's like surrounded by like just mountains of trophies. And that's just stuck in that's the image I get of him. That's when I very first started cracking these magazines open. And I'm like, whoa, look at all those trophies.
Dude, did you know that famous picture of Lee Medlin going over that tabletop? That's Rich in the background, dude.
Is it really?
Yeah. Well,
Nice.
dude, Rich has been in like 3 different famous pictures, right, Rich? Like, who's that guy back there? That's him.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
All the pictures.
Yeah, we're on a downhill he's going through over the first turn. Do the first turn on the downhill, and I'm in 3rd place. John Marzov's in 2nd. Some of the Mora riders behind me. Mike Miranda's back there in the picture. And it's the last downhill race at Corona Raceway.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
That's awesome.
So what
But
about
you know what picture I like of me was from Elkhart, Indiana. It was a trophy dash, and I believe it had a 10-man gate. And it's him and Kevin McNeil were side by side. This is when pros raced trophy dash. And Lee was amateur, and they were both riding for Kuahara, and they were speed jumping the first jump. And like I said, I think it was a 10-man gate.
Wow.
And
I'm pretty sure I've seen pictures
I
of
know
that.
everyone's seen the picture. I guarantee you've seen it.
Yeah, it's in the magazines. Yeah.
I think Anthony Sewell's in it, and I mean, I can't think of everybody, but that was a good picture.
Can you imagine racing 10 dudes at one time?
I remember racing a race up in Canada, and they just had a 6-man gate, and it wasn't a national, it was like a Canadian state championship, and I always thought that was kind of interesting.
So the full rack is 6 instead of 8?
Yeah, they were pretty poor up there. At the time.
When I started racing, everything was 6-man gate.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow, you guys go way back, man.
I also
was
remember,
that an NBL or was it an ABA thing or it had to be an ABL was way before ABA, right?
well, it was ABA when I
Well,
was
it
doing.
was NBA. NBA was before NBL
Right.
Yeah.
and ABA, I believe. But it was just kind of a standard BMX thing. It
Right.
was 6 riders on a gate.
They'd have 2 guys on each end with a big wood stick holding the gate up on both sides, and they'd try to, let go at the same time. And that was how you had it. You didn't have an electronic gate. Then when the Robo Gate came out, that was like, finally, we got something right.
Yeah, I think my first experience racing, it was the gate was run by an actual air compressor. So every once in a while, you'd hear that thing kick on, and the gate would come up, but like that shocks would pull it back up. But it dropped really slow, kind of like a drawbridge. So it's kind of hard to not jump it, because the gate was shorter than they are today, so it's kind of hard not to jump the gate.
Oh, I remember those short gates, yeah. And the guys with the cruisers were about ready to just ride over it.
Right.
Well, Cole Canyon's gate used to bounce when it landed.
Whoa, did it really?
I would come out of there, and it took me a little bit to figure out what was going on. I was coming out of the gate, and some of my best snaps, my front end was like being dropped to the ground. And I'm all the way up the front of my snap, and I'm falling, almost going over the bars.
Oh,
and I realized I'm catching that gate on the bounce.
That's weird. It's almost bucking you off, is what
It's
it was doing.
almost, yeah, it's no longer angled with the hill. It's almost flat or even up when you're back looking. And that was where getting too good of a start, you kind of paid the penalty.
Yeah, I guess in the 70s, you guys would have had to have rode over the gate when you came out, right? It didn't disappear in the dirt, right? You guys just rode over it.
Well, correct. Sometimes usually there'll be a channel where the dirt's been formed around the gate. And then some of those gates, you just had just this little narrow spot for your tire. And if you snapped out all crooked, you'd run over this bar on the right or the left. It didn't mess you up.
Wow. You know, the new, I noticed like that.
Snipes had an arm that operated the gate. They pull the gate up manually, and they would have an arm that they would hook into place.
Yep.
And the starter would do riders ready, bells ready, go, and push the arm down, and that would release the gate.
Yeah, I made a practice gate in my backyard, and I had my dad doing that for me just to get the form down. That was kind of cool. We had a 2-man gate in the backyard.
Yeah, I made a riggedy one myself. It wasn't the greatest, but we were able to practice with it. And Richard, with your fabrication background, did you ever try to make a practice gate, maybe market that?
No, I've worked on my grandson's gate. He's got a practice gate with lights and everything. And it's got the whole USA BMX, riders ready, watch the lights and whatever the cadence is.
Random start.
Random start.
I had to make a new wiring harness for him, so he could plug it in to get power. Something had happened to the one they had, and I grabbed some stuff around here and I made up a new wiring harness for him so he could plug it in and run his gate.
Nice. Yeah, I would love to have something like that. I wanted to get some rollers too. I've never ridden on rollers. I'm somewhat a little bit nervous about riding on rollers too. I go, I know I'm gonna fall off of it. It's just yeah, Kevin, have you ever ridden rollers at all?
No. Yeah, I remember my first time getting on a set of rollers, and when you first get on it, I was starting to get a little irritated because I've seen people do it. I'm like, man, I'm a pro racer. Why can't I figure this thing out? And at first, it seems like you're not going to get it, but you just keep playing with it, and eventually, you kind of figure out how it works, and you're doing it.
Yeah, I watch these guys right now. They literally just the modern pros. I watch them on Facebook and Instagram, and they just ride up and bunny hop on top of it and start sprinting full speed. I'm like, damn, how are they doing?
Yeah, once you get used to it, get right on it and do it. But when you first do it, it's like learning how to ride a bike for the first time. It's like, this is all messed up. You jump off and then.
I'll tell you what, it's when you get off of them is what's weird. You're riding the rollers. You might put in a 20-minute session on the rollers. You get off, and the first pedal you take feels so much different. Because it's just, I can't even explain it. But I would ride wheelies on my rollers.
What the hell?
Really?
Yeah. And then there was a video on Instagram of my grandson standing up full sprint on his rollers. He was like 8 years old. Full sprint, and then does a bunny hop off the rollers and land right next to him.
Nice, man. That's what I'm talking
I never tried any
That
tricks
went
like that.
viral.
It went viral?
Yeah. Unbelievable. It was on Instagram and how many people saw it. And then everyone started doing it. They all tried to do it themselves.
Some of the stuff the kids can do now is insane. That's probably about 10, 12 years ago. I saw a viral video, and it was at a USA BMX race. Kid takes the snaps. He's leading. He's probably like 12 years old. His chain broke midway through the race, and he still won because he could pump and manual so well. And I'm like, that kid still won. Had that been the 80s, that would have been a wrap, dude, because you got to pedal in between jumps. There's no forward momentum. But I was so impressed. I must have watched that 100 times. I go, let me watch that again. I can't believe he did that. And they said, oh, his chain broke, and he still won. It's pretty awesome, actually.
In the 90s, in the late 90s, there was enough jumps. There were whole straightaways you didn't even have to put a crank in.
That's crazy. I tried doing it at my local just to see if I can get around coasting. I couldn't do it. I don't know how they.
Every year at type of state race, they have a pump race with a pro first, and everybody's required to take their chain off.
Oh, they can't even get one crank in. It's just roll down the jump.
You have to take the chain off. And who was it? It was an Olympian that came out. His name escaped me right now.
Connor Fields and Dick Cheeseburger were battling. Yeah.
Connor Fields came out, and he said, I don't even know why I'm here. It's if I win, everyone says, well, yeah, sure. If I lose, you got beat by a bunch of locals.
I saw that.
No win situation. That's hilarious, man.
So, Kevin, when you go to the pump track by your house, can you navigate the whole course without taking a pedal?
No. Well, yeah. I actually don't pedal at all. Not because I have any type of skill. It's just because my legs don't want to go around much anymore. But I just coast the whole way.
But you can literally pump the whole thing without having to really worry about taking a pedal.
Yeah. I prefer it. If I were to pedal, it would be sketchy as hell. I'd crash.
So do you take like 2 or 3 good cranks and then just go, or?
No. Well, once you drop in, I coast the whole way.
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys have watched some of those pump track championships. They are going lightning fast through those things, and they're not pedaling. So it's super impressive. It's just the future of the sport. It's just way different.
What else you got, Kat? You have anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I got something else I could talk about. So you might find this interesting. What manufacturer came out with a double dropout?
Bandito.
Elf.
Now I got a fascinating story about that.
Wait. Am I right? Is it Elf?
Oh, I thought somebody said. Oh.
I said Bandito. So did Richard.
Okay, so
not the double dropout.
I'm going to tell you guys where it came from. This is an amazing story. I was at a national in Utah, Utah Nationals. I want to say it probably was 1983. It could have been 1982. I know I didn't have a #1 plate yet, so I would think it was the year I was earning it. So my dad decided, because of my long cranks, and I was complaining about them clipping the ground occasionally, and so he actually fabricated an attachment to my frame, which gave me a dropout below the original dropout, and he bolted it all onto my frame, kind of a prototype that made any frame capable of having a double dropout. And so we stuck that on my bike. And the second race I did with it, it was kind of weird because the back end's, a full axle width higher, plus maybe a 1/4 inch. But I had more ground clearance. It was interesting. I had to kind of get used to that. We ended up taking it off because I didn't like it after that race. But when I was at that race, 2 adults came up to my bike in staging with cameras and were snapping pictures of the back of my bike. And I was telling my dad about it. He said, well, whatever. And then that year or the following year, Bandito comes out with a double dropout.
Crazy.
But I'm absolutely 100% positive that's where this came from.
This is why you have to patent your ideas.
But you know what?
Rich, what do you think about that? Bandito was a Riverside company, right?
Yes, it was.
The thing that's interesting is I didn't like it. I'm like, Dad, I don't even like this. I mean, I tried it. Yeah, I had the clearance for my cranks as I was running, I think I was running 205s at that race, possibly.
It's like
back in the
Well, changing your head tube angle. You raise the back of the bike up, that head tube angle gets steeper.
Yeah, and so
a lot of people don't realize that when you start moving around, you're pivoting off of 2 axles, the front and the back. Any movement, you put a long fork on the front, you raise that head tube angle back more. You raise the back up, you steepen it up, so it changes the steering of the bike.
Yeah, so as soon as we did it, I tried it. I don't think it really helped my race. Yeah, my cranks weren't hitting the ground, but I was like, Dad, I don't want this. So we took it off. But I thought it was very interesting that a manufacturer came out and did it. Obviously didn't catch on. Nobody else started doing it. If you messed up one dropout, you had another one to go. You know how people would chew them up? But the
interesting story.
Well, the fork is also double on that bike.
But I'm telling you guys,
that bike had double dropouts on the front also.
Yeah, I did see that on forks.
It went forward and back, I think, on the forks. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Right.
Like a little bit more forward.
100% positive the double dropout idea actually came from my dad's crazy mad scientist idea on the back of my bike.
You guys have any idea what the advantage to having a one-legged cast-in fork would do? And was that just a gimmick, or did it have any value to it?
Weight.
Just weight, I can think of.
Just weight. That's probably it, huh?
And trickness.
I don't know if they save that much weight because you got to do the oversized axle, the oversized hub. So when you take everything into consideration, I think you are probably pretty close back to where you were with both fork legs. Oh, yeah, you could change your tube. You could change your tire too without taking it off the bike.
There you go, yeah.
That's true. That's another thing. When the clamp-on stems came out, I was like, hey, this is going to be lighter, right? Because you don't have that big shaft going down into the bottom of your fork. But the clamp-on stem system actually was heavier than the older system, just a little bit heavier.
Didn't know that either. Man, these guys are like should work for NASA, Kevin, because.
However, occasionally, depending on how you crashed or how the manufacturer made their fork, sometimes your fork would bend between the top of your upper headset and your lower headset in the frame. So you had a stronger fork really with the clamp-on stem system. So I liked that. Your stem never loosened up. It was stiffer, but you did gain some weight. And I'm sure Richard would agree.
Back to the single-sided thing. I made a Strider for my grandkids, 16-inch wheel, and it's single rear and single fork. And I ran 15 millimeter axles on front and back.
Single rear. Bitch.
That's crazy. Richard's a mad scientist, Kev. That's all there is.
He's like Doc Brown. He's like Doc Brown in BMX, man.
Yeah, when we were at Dirty Fest, I was
staring at his
bike, man. I really was. We were at Dirty Fest, and I could see his Rumblesfish there, and I'm like,
blacked out for a moment. So, Richard, I got a question for you.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
So, a lot of our bicycles today do not have ball bearings in the pedals; they just have bushings. So the pedal has your rotation is closer to the pivot point on the axle of the pedal. So I'm thinking that the ability to roll your pedal by accident is less with a bushing system as opposed to a ball bearing. I'm curious if you would agree with me on that. And the other thing that is kind of a brain teaser is, does it make your cranks longer to have a bushing versus ball bearing?
Well, I don't think it makes your crank longer, because you're basically still your center of your axle, your pedal spindle.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking negligible. I mean, very little.
Yeah. It's
if any. Yeah, and I don't even think it's that much. And as far as rolling the pedal, I always thought pedals roll because they didn't spin good enough.
Oh, that's definitely part of it. But
because you get going so fast, and if you got it comes down to proper footing on the pedal. Because a lot of times you'll get light on the front, the front, and the back of the pedal kind of catches and lifts your front of your foot off, and it'll roll it. A lot of guys. It's funny because a lot of guys don't ride on the balls of their feet anymore. They ride with their kind of arch and the kind of lined up with the spindle.
Is that why for a little while there, those oversized pedals were kind of a rage? I can't remember what company makes them, but the platform is about twice the size of a regular pedal.
I'd like to answer Danny on that. So the cage pedal that was round, like the old Hutch pedals and some of the knockoff round pedals, a lot of guys roll on those pedals. Those pedals rolled more. But think about it, the taller the cage, it's easier to roll your pedal. It's probably some of you guys might remember pedals where you could put, some of these kids' bikes would have a wood platform you could put on top of the pedal so that the kids could reach the pedals. You can roll it better. You're going to roll your pedal easier.
Yeah.
The taller the further away your foot is from the pivot point on the spindle of the pedal. So you're actually better off with a lower profile pedal. That's a bushing pedal.
That's why I always like the Shimano DX.
Shimano DX. Yeah.
There is, man, I wish I could remember what the company was, guys. I wanted to show you an example.
Odyssey.
No. It's modern, dude. It's not like, but
there's quite a few pedals out there that are really big. Bassett's got a set that are ridiculous.
I got them on my power line, triple trap.
No, but they're flat. They're flat. They're platform pedals. They're not cages, and they're big. And when I was watching something on YouTube, a guy talking about the technology behind the pedal, he's saying instead of using just the ball, you're using your entire foot. That's going to create more force. Technically, people say they work, but I've seen them on their bikes, and I go, man, that looks like a giant wing on the end of your cranks. I couldn't, I can't dig it. If I can find it, Kevin, I'll show it to you later because I can't remember who made it.
So,
Nice.
Danny, one of the things that I did when I'd snap out of the gate, I mean, there's a position where you have the most power. I mean,
Yeah.
think if you're trying to smash something or squash something with your foot, or you're stamping on something, you got more force when you're in the middle part of the foot. But
Right.
once you start down the track, I mean, I remember racing and adjusting my foot position as I'm actually cranking to get right in the ball, right where the guys that have clip pedals where you're clipped in. That's actually your best spot once you get going. But off the line for just raw force, yeah, you want your foot about in the middle of the pedal.
See, I differ on that. I was on the ball of my foot because I want to get, not only do I want to get the most out of my thighs and my legs, but being on the ball of your foot, you get the extension of your ankle.
Correct.
And so when your foot gets down to the bottom of the first pedal, you can extend your ankle and you get extra length, extra kind of push because you've got the added length of your foot on the edge of the pedal.
Makes sense.
And that gets and then I just left it there the whole race because again I'm trying to incorporate every muscle in my leg to the best I can.
If you got strong calves, staying on the ball works fine. But I had longer cranks. I had a ton of leverage, so I could just stay on the ball.
Ironically, you two guys have the longest cranks, but I think Rich has you beat. Kent, well, how long are your cranks on your Rumblefish?
Now, I had bought a set of cranks off of eBay that were Custom Cook Brothers, $250.
Oh my!
You got me
It
beat.
said on the back of the crank, printed Custom $250.
He showed it, Kent. I didn't believe him. He showed them to me. I go, yeah, it says 250 on them, but they don't look 250, right? But it does
Yeah,
say-
it definitely do.
That's insanely long, man.
My longest cranks that I ever raced on a track were 215s, and those are the ones I was smoking Ellis out of the gate at an indoor locally here, and he was furious. This was when that's when he rammed into the back of me and he got disqualified.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it was the whole shot. I was running an outdoor gear on an indoor track, and I was spinning at like a 42-16. I mean, it was kind of cheating, I guess.
Well, that's why I think I asked you that last time. Were you able to have a clean rotation? Could you spin it? It wasn't choppy.
I could because it's an indoor track and you're not wrapping very fast. I was able to do it. I have big thighs and my calves are kind of just like average. So I mean, I could get on a set of rollers and spin my rollers as faster than anybody I knew, and they were running cranks that were 10 millimeters shorter. So they're like, they saw that, they're like, yeah, I guess you won't be faster with shorter cranks because you can spin those long cranks that fast. It just depends on your body, it just depends on the body. It's only like 3/4 of an inch difference, but once you get down the back straightaway, some guys top out real easy.
Yeah, but that 3/4 of an inch is on each side.
I know. And every
So
time
your overall circle is like 1.5 inches.
yeah,
Holy
but
crap.
when you look at the length of your body's legs, it's trivial. But when you're starting to top out in your gear's starting to run out on you, it happens faster with longer cranks.
Huh.
Well, Kev, what do you think?
Go ahead, Danny.
I was going to say, what do you think, man? We're almost an hour in. Do you want to knock it out?
Wow.
These guys are like Jedis, dude. Like they got like a mind thing going, dude. It's hilarious. I knew these guys were going to get along, man. Like they're both tech guys. That was very cool.
I wanted
to. Did I already allude to this thing? I'm going to be running the trivia contest tonight, and Danny, I want to talk to you about this. I think we should do a fixed number of questions on each contest. Because you could have 20, I could have 30 or 40 or whatever, and it should be 10 questions per person. So if we have 3 people on, 30 questions. If we have 2 people on, 20 questions. I think that's a fair more. Let's get fine-tuned. What do you think, dude?
Yeah, that'll work. Last night I was expecting Bobby Motomag to join the, Colin and Nick. So I expected there to be, 5 of you guys playing. And when Bobby didn't get in, I was like, oh, we got a lot of questions to go through.
Right.
But luckily, the thing that was good about last night was you guys were nailing the questions pretty quickly. So that definitely helped, because, there was steals last night, don't get me wrong, but I was like, oh, thank God they're getting these right, because I got a ton. I almost did not do a set. I was like, maybe I don't do these 8, but I was like, never mind. We were having so much fun, I just kept going with it.
There you go. All right, so I'm going to take charge of the trivia challenge tonight. This is going to be called the Switch. So let's see who likes who does a better job on asking the questions. So as always, I'm gonna wait. Danny's gonna be playing, so Danny can't win, but his points will not count. The guy in first place gets 20 points towards the final, and whoever comes in second or third gets 10 and 5 respectively. Okay, and as always, we start with the guests. So I guess we'll start with Rich, and then go to Kent, and then go to Danny. Does that sound good, guys?
Man, I feel like an expert going up against AA pros, but I'll give it my best.
Everybody says the same thing.
Everybody says that. Everybody.
They're just hedging their bets, man.
I don't
Okay.
care.
Yeah. All right.
I forgot most everything, but we'll see how I do.
I'll tell you right now, Kent, no one ever gets blown out. It's always pretty close.
Yeah.
Only the first time. And I'm talking about myself, nobody else.
All right, Richard, what would you like? Would you like pop culture or BMX?
BMX.
Definitely BMX.
What was Pete Lonkarevich's first sponsor? Amateur.
I can't remember anybody. Oh, hold on.
Let me think about that.
No.
Diamondback.
Man,
No, incorrect. Kent, what do you think?
part of me wants to say it's GT, but something doesn't sound right with that. I want to say it was a co-sponsor, but man, I'm going to say it was GT. That's my best guess. I'm not so sure I'm right.
No, you're not right. Danny?
So this is not a factory team? Is it a bike shop team?
It is a factory team.
It is a factory team.
Yeah, I thought it was red.
You got to think he turned pro on Diamondback, so he was on another team well before that.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the Chips episode. He was on the Chips episode. He was racing on a CHP uniform. But I'm trying to remember the bike, and it's got to be something super basic, man. And I'm gonna guess Mongoose.
No,
Before that,
he rode for Cook Brothers.
Oh,
Yeah, damn it! I knew it had to be far back.
man, I think my first 3 guesses would have missed that.
I didn't know until I found this out. Okay, so now we're going to Kent. What do you want? You want pulp culture or BMX?
BMX.
BMX. What rider had the nickname the Vigilante?
Oh, I
Where are
know
you
that.
getting these questions from, man?
I know that answer. Vigilante. Yeah.
Do you know this, Danny?
I'm not gonna say yes or no because I might have to steal this.
What? Repeat the question so my brain can think.
What rider had the nickname the Vigilante?
And it was from what era? Was this a 1980s rider?
It's 80s.
Holy moly,
Late
dude.
80s.
Okay, I think it's Richie Anderson, but I don't know if I'm right. It could have been. No, it's not Richie Anderson. It's
Is that a miss? Or that's a miss, Kent. Sorry.
No, it's not Richie Anderson. I wanted to say it's his other brother.
Don't say it. You're going to give it away. If you missed it. So, Danny, what is it?
Ronnie Anderson?
Wrong.
Guessed it.
Okay, Richard,
That's
what
the
do you
other
think?
boy.
It's to me.
Yeah, you get Steele.
I'm going to go out long shot and say Chris Muller.
Wrong. So the rider known as the Vigilante is John Pearce.
Oh, really?
That would be a 90s rider, dude.
That's an 89.
No,
89.
no, I remember.
89. Okay. Okay, you officially suck at asking questions.
No, because they're good questions.
No, I'm messing with you because I got it
All
wrong.
right, all right. Okay, so now we're going to Danny's question, right?
Finally, yeah.
Okay,
All
what do
right.
you want pop culture or BMX?
Oh, I hate to say pop culture because I know you're going to do music questions, so I'll go BMX.
ODI makes grips, and they've been known to make Christmas ornaments and so forth. What does ODI stand for?
I have no idea, dude. I don't know what ODI stands for. I gotta pass like Nick did yesterday. I passed.
Richard, what does ODI stand for?
I'm clueless on that one.
Okay, Kent, what does ODI stand for?
I could have told you back in the 80s, but I can't tell you now.
Wow, okay. ODI stands for Ornate Design Incorporated.
There's no way I would ever guess.
Really?
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
Okay, we're tied at 0-0-0.
I remember
Holy-
that. I remember people saying, "What does ODI stand for?" They were trying to figure out initials. I do remember hearing that, but I couldn't.
I've already forgot the answer, and he just said it.
Ornate Designs Incorporated.
All right, well, now I'll try to remember.
All right, Richard, you want BMX or pop culture?
Pop culture.
There you go. In The Terminator, we know that Arnold Schwarzenegger starred as the Terminator. What person was originally cast as the Terminator but didn't get the job?
Oh, wow.
I feel like I know this one, but I'm trying to think.
I'll give a guess. I got a good guess.
I'm just going to get Steven Seagal.
Wrong. Kent, who was supposed to be the Terminator but eventually didn't get picked?
Sylvester Stallone.
Wrong. Danny.
Damn, he took the one I was going to say, and it
I
was
know.
wrong. So this is a mainstream A-list actor that was supposed to be the Terminator?
I didn't even say he was an actor. I said this person was supposed to take the role.
Bill Allen.
Bill Allen.
I don't know, Hulk Hogan? I'm totally guessing, man.
That's the closest one so far.
Yeah?
It was supposed to be O.J. Simpson.
I've heard that before, man. I actually did.
O.J. Simpson was going to be the Terminator until Arnold had a conversation with Jim Cameron, and because he was saying how the Terminator's supposed to do this, the Terminator's supposed to act like this, and then Jim Cameron said, "Well, you can be the Terminator," and then that's why he ended up becoming the Terminator.
That was a good choice, because who else could possibly have done that role, you know?
Okay, so we're still tied at 0-0-0.
Holy crap, man.
Neck and neck.
No one's got out of the game.
Whose turn is it?
We all flipped the gate.
Yeah, whose turn is it?
I think it's Kent's.
Yeah, because Richard missed, and then
Okay.
Kent.
Yeah, do you want BMX or pop culture?
Pop culture.
In Beverly Hills Cop, Axel goes to Beverly Hills to investigate the killing of his best friend. What was the name of his best friend in the movie?
I know what he looks like. It has to be the movie name too, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'll take his first name only if you have it.
If the music was playing in the movie, it'd probably help me.
Do you know the answer, Danny?
I'll just guess Michael.
Yes.
Is it really?
His name in the movie was Michael Tandino. They called him Mikey.
Oh, thank God.
All
All right.
You play the lottery?
Apparently I should. Yeah.
Okay, whose turn is it? Danny, you stole it. Okay, you want pop culture or BMX?
Let's try BMX again.
Who was the first sponsored rider in the history of BMX?
David Clinton.
That's another one. All right. Congratulations.
Somebody got
Now we're gonna go to Richard. We have pop culture, BMX.
I'll do pop culture again.
Wait, did we miss Kent?
No, Kent.
Am I right? It's Richard.
Yeah, then it's because I went right after Kent, so now
Okay.
yeah.
You want pop culture?
Yeah.
Okay. We all know that the first video ever played on MTV in 1981 was the Buggles' "Video Killed the Radio Star." After that song was released, the two members of the Buggles went on to join what supergroup from the 80s?
It cut out. Repeat the question.
Okay. The first video ever played on MTV was from a band called the Buggles.
Bengals.
Huh?
No.
Bengals.
It's Buggles.
Buggles.
Really? Oh, I wouldn't know. I thought you
Video Killed the Radio Star. There's two members of that band that went on to join a huge band that was popular in the 70s but still big in the 80s. What band did they leave?
Talking Heads.
No.
Metallica.
Good question. Good try. Who's Kent? What band did they choose? What band did they go to?
I was going to say Metallica, but I don't think that's right.
No, they went to Yes.
Yes.
What?
Yep, I remember that
Who?
band.
Yeah.
Who was
didn't
it?
let me steal it.
It was Jeffrey Downs and Trevor Horn.
Oh, sorry, my knees are killing me. Sorry.
Trevor Horn, and what's the other one?
Jeffrey Downs.
I never heard it. I know Yes lineup, and I never heard of. I heard of Trevor Horn, but the other guy I hadn't heard of before.
Jeffrey Downs was in Yes, and then he was the keyboardist, and then he went on to join Asia with the other guys.
Yeah.
You sure it wasn't Tony Kai?
Who?
Never mind. I'm a big
Okay.
Yes fan, so.
Okay, all right. I'm not. I never liked him. Okay. Do we have it's still Danny is still in the lead with 2. The rest of them are 0. Hey, yeah, this is harder than I thought, man. Okay. Whose turn is it?
It's technically Kent's turn.
All right, Kent. You want BMX or pop trivia? Pop trivia.
Let's go with BMX.
What's that?
Let's go BMX.
BMX. What city in Southern California was the first ABA National held in?
Orange County?
That's not a city, but no. There's a city in Southern California where the first ABA National was held.
Yeah, was that? I don't remember what city Orange County was. I don't live in.
Okay. All right. Danny's turn, right?
Yeah, I could steal Fullerton.
No. Richard knows.
Anaheim.
No.
Anaheim?
No.
Corona.
No. Azusa.
Azusa? Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
That makes sense.
That does make sense now that you say it.
Okay. Richard, right?
That was a good question, though. That was a good question.
No. Danny.
Sure, Danny?
My
Danny's
turn.
turn?
Yeah.
All right, Danny, what do you want?
I'll try pop culture since these BMX ones are like hella hard.
I'm going to give you 4 options. You tell me what song was a remake. Eye of the Tiger by Survivor, Just Like Heaven by The Cure, or Girls Just Want to Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper, or all of the above. Which song was a remake?
What was the second one again, Kevin?
Eye of the Tiger, Just Like Heaven by The Cure, and Girls Just Want to Have Fun, or all of them?
Just Like Heaven? I think that would be the only one.
You think that's the answer? That was a remake?
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Cyndi Lauper.
I'm not pretending to say that. Who goes next?
Richard's got the.
Richard, what's your answer?
Eye of the Tiger?
That's incorrect. What were you saying, Kent?
Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper was the remake.
No way.
Yeah, she stole that. She brought it back. She brought it back from the dead. Yeah.
I knew it wasn't Eye of the Tiger because Sylvester Stallone wanted to get Another One Bites the Dust. Queen wouldn't do it, so he had Survivor do that song. So I knew that couldn't be it. But I was like, damn, the other Cyndi Lauper, I just always thought she owned that. I thought that was her all day.
That's what I thought. Well, there's also another trivia question to that is how did Cyndi Lauper record that song in the studio?
How?
What was she wearing?
Not much.
Nothing. She was naked.
Yeah.
Really? That was a guess.
That's how I know that.
You were there?
I missed that. You guys cut out. What did you say?
Cyndi Lauper recorded that song naked in the studio.
I knew it wasn't much. Okay, I'll admit I liked her songs back then.
Everybody did.
Time After Time's good. I never liked the other one.
Yeah, Time After Time was cool. I cranked it.
Okay, Rich. So now we're going to Rich. What do you want?
I'll go back to BMX.
What year did GT release the Pro Frame?
What do you mean the Pro Frame?
The GT Pro, the first GT Pro Frame. What year was it released?
I'd say 84. Wait, 83.
That's incorrect. Kent.
1980.
1980's the answer. Good job.
Do that one.
Did you guess or did you know for sure?
I was thinking.
I knew for sure, but you know, I'll have to admit, I think if I would have been racing a GT, I would have been done better because GT actually had, in my opinion, the absolute best geometry.
Yeah, they were all.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But I didn't like Gary Ellis for ramming in the back of me, so I refused to race anything GT.
All right, Daddy, what do you want, bud?
I'll do BMX.
BMX. What was the original name for Auburn bikes?
For Auburn bikes?
Don't say it.
There was a different name for Auburn?
Yes.
Before Auburn?
I talked about it.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that one.
Rich knows. Go for it, Rich.
I'm just guessing. Morales?
No. Kent?
It's going to be a guess. It's not like the last two questions. I know my mind wants to say Haro, but that doesn't make any sense. I know what the answer is. I just got to think about it a little bit.
The original name for Auburn was Honda. It was originally a licensed deal with Honda that Morales he had, and he designed the frame, and then the Honda backed out of the deal, and he had to come up with a name, so he came up with Auburn.
Wow, I would have never guessed that.
We talked to Salami about it, dude.
Yeah, that's why I'm even more embarrassed because I don't race.
All right.
If you gave us multiple choice, I could get it. But
okay. All right. Next time. Whose turn is it now?
I think Richard's.
All right, Richard. You want? What do you want?
Pop culture.
Pop culture.
Wow.
According to the outfield, where is Josie?
Oh, I think I got it.
Don't say it, man.
I'm singing the song in my head.
Yeah, it escapes me. I don't know.
Okay, Kit.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
The song by the Outfield. It's called "Your Love," I believe.
Does it go like da, 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 da? Yeah, so
Okay, so Kit's out. Danny, what do you think? Where is Josie? First line of the song.
something far away. Plantation far away? Is that wrong? Because that doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah, that's. I got to give you a miss on that. Josie's on a vacation far away.
Damn it! It would even rhymed. I'm like, I know it's something like that. Oh, jeez. I'm just disappointed in myself because I was this close to that sucker.
All right, so now we go to Richard, right?
No, Kent.
Kent's turn.
Well, Kent, you need to get on the board, bro. Oh no, you're on the board.
Wait a minute,
Richard
I got
needs to get on the board. You
I
got,
got
two. Yeah, you got two. It's tied at 2. What do you want?
I got 2 right answers.
Yeah, you're tied with Danny.
I think he can't hear you. Can you hear us, Kent?
Say it again. It cut out right when you were in the middle of it.
You're tied with Danny at 2 apiece.
Right.
Okay, you want pop culture or BMX?
BMX.
BMX. I'm going to give you 4 years, and I want you to tell me the year that this happened. SE Racing is formed in this year.
SE what? Repeat the question. Repeat the question. SE was formed what?
Okay, this is a multiple choice. I'm going to give you 4 years. You tell me when SE Racing was formed. You ready?
Yep.
75, 76, 77, or 78?
77.
77 is correct.
Yeah, that's why they got that 77 on those retro number plates. Yeah.
Good job. Good job, Kent. Okay, who's next? Danny?
Yeah.
All right, Danny, you're down by 1, bro. What do you want?
How many questions are left in pop culture?
A lot.
We've gone through quite a few questions already. We got to be getting close.
9.
We got 9, and we have probably about the same amount of BMX, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll do BMX.
BMX. Okay, this is a good one. What BMX rider's birth name is Frederick Michael Felty?
Wait, you just said his name, right?
Just listen to the question. Whose birth name is Frederick Michael Felty?
He's a BMX pro, and that was his real name?
He's a Hall of Famer.
Holy moly, man.
I know, Richard, if you don't know this one, dude, I can't help
It's
you.
not Mike King. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know that one, no.
Richard, tell me you know this answer, dude.
I should know it, but I just the name is escaping me right now.
Your schoolmate, Mike Miranda. That's his birth name.
Whoa, that's right.
Mike Miranda's name is Frederick blah 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 blah. I never even knew that.
His birth
I
name
think
is
last quarter was a Z.
his birth name is Frederick Michael Felty. I guess Miranda was his stepfather's name.
Wow.
That's a miss.
Now Mike's probably laughing at us right now. That's horrible.
Yeah, dude, I thought Rich, I thought you had it for sure, bro.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? We didn't know that for a long time.
yeah, I know. It's on Wikipedia. It's on his Wikipedia page.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
came out.
Whose turn is it? Rich?
Yeah,
I guess.
It was my question originally. Yeah.
Okay, Richard, what do you want?
BMX.
Who founded the NBL?
Ernie Alexander.
Incorrect.
Oh, that was my.
Who founded the NBA?
NBL.
That's what I was going to say, NBL. If I had multiple choice, I could get it, but
All right, sorry.
not off.
Danny, you know?
Man, I was gonna say what Richard said, man. But he was probably NBA, I think, is what he founded. No, I don't know.
George Esser.
That's
Good Lord.
Okay.
God dang.
All right, Kent, it's your turn. What do you want?
BMX.
BMX.
I'm in the lead. I might as well see if I can make it to turn 4.
Somebody's got to finish.
What does the JU and JU6? What rider is that named for?
JU6.
The SC Racing had a frame called the JU6. What what racer was it named after?
Oh, I think I know.
Yeah, I bet you do know.
I think.
I got this one.
I'm not going to guess that one. That's not one I don't want to guess it.
Okay, Danny.
I don't know for sure.
It's the last name of the rider, Utterback.
Just give me his name, dude. First and last name.
Oh,
Just give me a name that starts with J, man. Come on.
No, I'm trying to think what his first name is, and James Utterback. I'm guessing. I know it's
Wrong. Richard, you know.
Jeff Utterback.
Jeff Utterback's it.
I gave him half the answer, dude.
Huh?
We should have figured we'd get some SE questions out of Kevin.
Oh man,
We should have done our homework.
for real.
Okay, so whose turn is it now? I already forgot.
It's mine. Yeah, my turn.
All right, Danny, what do you want?
Well, I'm missing all these BMX questions, which is ridiculous because I'm a BMX YouTuber. So I'm just gonna say pop culture. Let's give that a whirl. See if I can score.
All right, in the movie Young Guns, we all know that Billy the Kid is played by Emilio Estevez.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them, many of the regulators were killed throughout the movie. At the end of the first Young Guns, which regulators survive and go on to Young Guns 2?
Oh, that was that's the La Bamba guy, Lou Diamond Phillips.
What's his name in the movie? That's that question.
Oh,
That's always the tough part. Is remembering-
yeah, I know it's Lou Diamond Phillips, and I know his character's like an American Indian character, if I'm right. And I don't know. Damn it.
Richard, you're up.
Chavez.
What's his?
Also,
Chavez. Oh, okay. There's other ones. Go ahead. So
Doc.
Who else made it through?
Doc.
Right?
Keith Sutherland's character.
Yes. And then who's the third one that went on a Young Guns 2?
I didn't see the second movie, so I'm out of the loop.
The first scene of the second movie.
Well, first scene of the second movie is Emilio Estevez.
Okay.
Is Billy. I thought, didn't you say he? I thought your question was he and who else? Because it was just the three, wasn't it?
It was Billy the Kid made it through. Doc Scurlock and Chavez Z. Chavez.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
Billy the Kid.
I'm going to give that to you, man. I'm a little confused.
Billy being like in his 80s.
Yes. So he made it through. Yes.
Wow.
Okay. You got that one. So now we're at 2-2.
That was a simple one.
Yeah. We got Danny at 2. We got Ken at 3, and Rich is coming back with 2. What do you want, Ken?
Definitely
Wait, whose question was that? I don't even know.
It was mine.
That was Danny's.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Richard stole it. It's Richard.
What do you want?
I'll take Richard Kerr trivia. BMX.
I feel like I'm on Jeopardy, dude, because I watch Jeopardy and feel like a complete idiot.
Who won the first pro cruiser main in history? A national main.
I think I got that one.
I think I got it too, but we'll see.
There's 2 people I'm thinking.
Richie Anderson.
I'm going to say Kevin Harlow.
In history? No.
Am I wrong?
You're both
Richie
wrong.
Anderson.
You're both wrong. Danny?
Jeff Kosmala?
No.
Scott Breithaupt.
Scott Breithaupt.
Scott?
Yeah.
I was going to say Scott.
Yeah.
I should get something. I got it on the second tour.
All right. Sorry,
Well,
guys.
to begin with, I was thinking either between Harlow and Scott.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what.
So I thought Kevin Harlow.
All right. What do you want, Kent?
BMX, of course.
Okay. Speaking of Kosmala, what was Jeff Kosmala's first sponsor? I think it's a factory, and I think his first sponsor was a factory ride.
It wasn't Mongoose. I'm not positive. It's going to be a guess. Redline?
That was his second sponsor. Danny, what was his first one?
Mongoose?
Mongoose. You had
I could see the Cost Cruiser in my mind. I was like, I know that one. Jesus.
That's like a school test where your first inclination was correct.
Hey, that's okay, because I thought the last one, I knew it was Cos or Scott that won the first cruiser one, and I go, it's one of those 2 guys. You know, and I just guessed wrong.
Okay, we have.
I feel like I got T-boned by Danny in the third corner.
Okay, guys, we got 2 BMX left, and we have. And we got some pop culture left, like 6 or 7. What do you want?
I think it's my turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try BMX again because I'm gonna see if I can get something.
What was Jeff Botima's first pro sponsor?
Team Murray.
Pro sponsor.
It wasn't Team Murray? Oh,
that's wrong. You're already wrong.
Yeah.
Richard.
SC Racing?
Pro sponsor. SC?
Yeah.
Incorrect. Kent.
I'm thinking. It's not.
Oh, I know it now. Don't say it, Ken. Let me just do it for fun.
All right. After Kent.
I think it's GT, but I'm probably wrong.
That's incorrect. What is it, Danny?
It's Raleigh.
It's not Raleigh either.
Oh, damn it.
It's DG.
Oh. Damn it.
Did he say, what did you say?
What was his first pro sponsor?
Yeah, what was the answer?
DG.
That sounds
I don't
right.
think- Yeah, I was like, I thought he'd be
Okay.
an amateur that far back.
All right, I got one more. We got one more BMX and a bunch of
Trivia.
pop culture. What do you want? Whose turn is it?
Richard.
Richard.
Me? I'll go and take the last BMX.
Who was the first licensed pro in BMX? Licensed.
Scott Breithaupt.
That's incorrect. Kent.
Harry Larry.
Incorrect. Danny.
That would probably be David Clinton.
David Clinton is the first sponsored rider.
Damn it! Now we're out of BMX.
First licensed pro, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, he's also the first sponsored rider, too. Okay, BMX is done. Now the fun begins.
I got to dig deep, dude.
Okay. All right, whose turn is it now? Is it it's Kent, right?
Yeah.
Kent, well, I know what you want. You want pop culture. In the U2's video for my favorite song by them, I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Where was that video? Where was that video recorded at? I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
I want to say Hollywood, but maybe it was in the UK. My guess, Hollywood.
That's incorrect. Danny?
San Francisco.
That's incorrect. Richard?
Ireland.
That's incorrect. It was filmed in downtown Las Vegas.
Oh,
Wait,
They were in front of the casinos, and then when he reached over, he
filmed
kissed.
or recorded?
Huh?
Did you say filmed or recorded?
Recorded.
Recorded, but I meant the video
They
was.
recorded the song in
I
Vegas?
I said video recorded. Yeah, it was made in Vegas.
Oh, video. Oh, okay.
so
I thought
like,
you-
which video was it where they were spray painting something and people were complaining? But you know what I'm talking about, Kev?
That must have been for the one when they recorded on top of the record store in Hollywood.
Okay. Okay.
That was where the streets have no name.
Okay. I think that's what I was trying to envision in my head.
Okay, Kent, is it your turn?
Well, obviously, it's going to be pop culture because we don't have any BMX left.
Yeah.
No, I think it's Danny's turn.
Yeah, he just went.
Whose turn is it?
My
Danny.
turn. Yeah.
And you got 3 points, right, Danny?
I think I got 4.
Danny has 4. Kent has 3. Richard has 2.
And I'm in my weakest subject, guys, so you could pull me right now. I'm running out of gas.
Where's
The
all
long
my
cranks aren't going to do me any good now.
the one of my favorite bands from the 80s is ELO with songs like Don't Bring Me Down. What does ELO stand for?
Electric Light Orchestra.
There you go. That's fine.
We talking.
All right, so
Hey, you need to listen to 5 Iron Frenzy to Sweet Talking Woman.
yeah, they're all good, man. I think I got one question left, dude.
Mr. Richard Kerr.
Wait, no, I lied. Okay, next question is going to Richard.
Yeah.
The movie Top Gun. My favorite movie probably of all time. Many of the different actors during the filming of the movie, they all had to take test flights in the F-14. Only one actor did not get sick and barf in the bag while doing the training, while doing the filming, or being in the plane. Which actor, his real name, was the one guy that did not get sick?
Tom Cruise.
No.
Tom Cruise.
No,
That's-
Kent.
Yeah, I thought it was Tom Cruise. If it wasn't Tom Cruise, it was the guy he was butting heads with. I can't remember his name.
Okay, Danny, who was it?
Val Kilmer.
No, it was
Damn.
Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards was the one guy.
It
Goose.
was good.
Goose didn't get sick.
Goose did not get sick.
Ah.
Okay,
I couldn't remember his name.
I
It was-
figured Tom Cruise because that's something the studio would release.
yeah. All right, Danny,
You know, trying to put these guys up.
Right.
whose turn is it? I already forgot. I'm already done. Who
It's
is it?
Kent's
Kent.
turn. It's turn.
Kent. Okay, so here we go, Kent. Another Top Gun question. We all know that Berlin sang the song "You Take My Breath Away" for the love scene in Top Gun, but they were not the first choice to sing that song. There was another singer from a big-time '80s band that recorded the same song, but they chose not to use that rendition of the song. What's the name of the singer that originally recorded it? She sang for a very big band in the '80s.
It's not Madonna. I can't remember. I don't know.
Okay, Danny.
So this is not a solo artist. This is somebody that's in a group, is what you're saying?
She was in a group, and then she recorded it on her own.
Belinda Carlisle?
Good guess, but no.
Yes.
Richard,
What was the name of the song again?
"You Take My Breath Away."
Yeah, I know the song.
I'm going to say Grace Slick.
Oh, good guess, but not right. It was Martha Davis from the Motels.
Motels.
Damn, I would have never guessed that one. That's a good question.
That was a good
Yeah, no
question.
kidding.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't think Martha Davis would have got that one.
Now I have to Google her just to see who she is tonight.
okay, who's
Only
next?
the lonely.
Oh, there you
Who's
go. Thank you.
Danny, is it your turn? I don't even know, dude.
I think it's my turn.
My turn. Kent. The band PM Dawn did a great song called "Set Adrift on Memory Bliss" in the '80s. It was huge.
That's a good song.
What song did they sample in their recording? It was from an '80s new wave band. What song did they sample?
I remember one of my friends had a cassette. I think they also had a CD later of it, and I want to say it was the first song, but I can't remember the name of the song.
All right, Danny, what do you think?
Was it from Depeche Mode? Was that the band they took it from?
No. Richard.
Name of the song again?
The name of the song that PM Dawn sang was "Set Adrift on Memory Bliss."
I don't know.
If you had the song playing, it'd probably help. But
They sampled "True" by Spandau Ballet.
Holy moly, I would have never known that. That's I love that song too. That's a great song. I still listen to that
Great
song.
song. Great song.
I wouldn't tell anybody that.
Yeah, that's a great song. Okay, who's next?
Let's see. So it's my turn, I believe, right?
Okay,
Oh, Kent.
Kent. Journey.
No,
They're
kid
big-
just, he's got two in a row.
Oh, it is my turn.
Okay.
Yeah, it is my turn. Okay.
Danny. Journey. They're probably their biggest hit. "Don't Stop Believin'." Huge, monstrous hit. Been used all over the world in different movies and TV shows. What HBO series used that song in their finale in the last episode?
The Sopranos.
The Sopranos.
I love The Sopranos.
There you go. All right. Okay. Now it's Richard's turn. We have 2 questions left. 2 questions are left. Okay, Richard. That's incredible. We all watched R.L. Osborne race the horse on That's Incredible. There were 3 hosts on That's Incredible when that happened. What NFL player was a host on That's Incredible?
You're not going to give me a multiple choice?
Okay, I'll give you Terry Bradshaw, Roger Staubach, or Fran Tarkington.
Terry Bradshaw.
Incorrect.
Oh,
Frank Hardington.
Fran Tarkington? Is that what you said?
Repeat. Frank.
That's incorrect. What is it? Who is it, Danny?
Minnesota's quarterback, Fran Tarkington or whatever.
Fran Tarkington, not Frank.
Yeah.
Wow, Danny, you're killing us.
Barely, dude. This is the lowest scoring game ever.
and he was right. He would win.
and I'm proud of him.
The last question of the night goes to Kent, right?
Yep.
Yeah, goes to Kent.
Now this is a 2-pointer, and I didn't make this up. This really is a 2-pointer. Another Top Gun question. Name the call signs for 5 of the pilots in the movie.
Name the call signs of 5 of the pilots in the movie.
Yeah.
I've got 3 of them in my head, but I gotta think.
I don't know what all 5 of them are.
There's more than 5. I just said name 5.
Yeah. I'm not going to be able to do. Yeah, I can't. I don't know.
Okay, Danny.
It's been too long since I saw the movie.
We got Maverick, Iceman, Goose. I got to name 5, right?
Yeah.
Oh, one of the guys gets really freaked out. He has a little panic attack, and I can't remember his call
Yeah,
sign.
and he almost.
Yeah.
Yep, and he's all.
Right. That's the one guy. It's kind of a scare. I can picture his freaking face too. That's killing me.
Yeah, I know. I think I know it. Is it? No, I better not do it.
I got the 3, Kev. I'm stuck on the 3.
All right, Richard, you coming in to take it.
Iceman, Goose, Maverick, Viper.
Good job.
That's so good.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to remember the last one. Ghost Rider?
No.
Ghost Rider was one of the
Ghost Rider was
trainers,
in the tower, dude. Yeah, one more.
Does anybody know it?
I know all of them, dude.
Now that he says it, I remember him. But
What do you
Okay.
think the 5th one is, Kent? Just for shits and giggles.
now, yeah.
Yeah, I can get it.
Okay, I'll see if I can remember it from heart, by heart. It's Maverick, Goose, Viper, Slider, Iceman, Hollywood, Wolfman.
I remember Wolfman.
And then I'm missing Commander Heavyweight.
You got 7 already, man.
Yeah, there's like 10 of them. I'm missing the Cougar.
Cougar.
Oh, that's the guy who freaked out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
oh.
So there's your contest, gentlemen. We got
What's the final score?
we got Danny Pena with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got Kent Lowry at 3, and we have Richard Kerr coming in at 2. But that doesn't mean anything because that means that gives Kent 20 point. Wait, no, okay. What do we? That gives Kent.
I know that too.
Kent, that gives. Yeah, you only got 2, man. Sorry. that gives Kent 10 towards the championship, right? 10 points, right?
10 points.
And then that gives Richard 5 points towards the contest.
Yeah, so Richard's on the board. He's on the scoreboard. So that's good.
Nice.
So that means we still have the 2 original leaders right now. It's Colin Stiles is tied with oh my God, who won the first one, Kevin?
Marty.
No, not Marty.
Oh, Marty was out. Sorry. Who was it?
Our dude you just did the motocross thing with.
Oh, well, we didn't do trivia.
No, but he won. I think I can't remember.
Who was it?
No, it was. I could tell you right now because I think I made a note here.
Did I get points from the last trivia I did? Or this new?
We're starting over. But dude, so I want. Were the questions too hard?
Yeah, they were a little tricky. But
No. I mean, I started out with a pretty good lead, and then AA Pro Danny passed me.
Oh, Shane Wimberly.
Shane Wimberly.
So Shane's tied with Colin Stiles for first place. Yeah. So that's after 3 rounds of playing. So that's pretty good.
All right, guys. At dinner time, what do you think?
Yeah, absolutely, man.
You know what? The technical, you guys' technical prowess is remarkable, dude. I never thought about any of that. I just said whatever part looks cooler, that's what I want, man. I never worried about height, weight, none of that stuff. So it's much appreciated to your technical expertise. To both you gentlemen, Kent and Rich, thank you so much for joining us again. And it was fun, man. Thank you so much. And,
it was nice.
And Richard, I still want to come up and show me around Riverside. Is that still cool? Is that still an option?
Absolutely.
Okay.
One thing I thought we could do is I could show you a picture in a magazine and where it was taken.
Oh, that's badass, dude. Yeah.
You know, there's a picture of Lee Neville doing that power slide in the Cool Horror test.
Yeah.
I know right where that was taken at.
Nice.
Looks completely different now, but I know it was.
Yeah, for Kent and Danny, he's taking me around to like Mike Miranda's childhood home and where they used to steal candy bars at the market, all that good stuff.
That's awesome, dude.
But anyways, thank you very much, gentlemen. I appreciate it. Really, I really do. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you joining us.
Hey, Richard, I want to try out those 250mm cranks.
You know what? I cut them down to 176 and put them on a bike.
Oh, man.
Dude, I don't know what bottom bracket I need to have to run those things. But they're still marked on the back 250.
I saw it. It says 250. I didn't believe him. Well, there's no way it's 250. Yeah, it was 250.
I was sure I had the record, but now I don't.
Yeah.
I took a picture of them.
Yeah. Crazy stuff, man. All right, guys. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.
All right.
Later.
Thanks. Good meeting, Ken.
That was good.
I love when their fingers trying to find the button.
All right, man. Okay. All right, man. So you got to tell me, they were too hard? They were too much for you guys?
The Wikipedia ones are a little bit harder because it's going off of stuff that isn't, like I would think, common knowledge, because not everybody's going to dig that deep. But they were really good questions. Like I was like, man, that's really making me think, because I thought I was just going to blast any BMX question you gave me. I'm like, oh, I'll just get them all. And I was like, oh, gosh, man, these are hard.
But for the record, you did win.
I did win. I told you I would win.
I give you props, man. I appreciate it, man. So I've been, every time we've done a trivia challenge, I'm thinking about the back of my mind, that is such an easy question. But I don't know. Maybe there's a place for easy questions. I didn't want to do them too hard, but not too easy. And so I hope everybody enjoyed it when they watch. If you have an opinion on who does a better who asked better questions, you can leave that in the comments. And this is a one-time thing. Next week, we're definitely going to go back to Danny's going to get his old seat back. But we appreciate everybody stopping by and bearing through with us. Thank you very much. And
it was fun to play, though.
I'm sorry, what?
I will say, Kevin, it was fun to be able to play because I'm always, watching. Yeah, it was kind of fun to play. And when I do the questions, I intentionally make some easy ones so people can score, and then there's some hard ones in there, and I try to mix it up so that everybody gets a chance to, they don't get discouraged or whatever. Because you heard Kent, he's like, "Oh man, I'm not going to do well." I'm like, everyone says that. I go, "You'll be fine."
Yeah.
Trust me. Yeah.
Perhaps this is one job that I cannot do. Maybe you were made for this job, dude. I don't know. We'll find out.
No, I needed a win, dude. I've been having a rough week, man. So
yeah. So go ahead and when just for everybody watching, Danny has his own thing going when he's not with me here on the podcast. Danny, go ahead and tell everybody what you do when you're not on the BMX podcast.
I am a official YouTuber, Danny Pena BMX Racing. Review BMX magazines such as this BMX Action, which I've already reviewed this one. I've reviewed this one. There's a ton of them. Tonight I'm going to do some race reviews when me and Kevin wrap up. I'm going to eat some dinner and sit down, and I like to go through vintage races, modern races. I just love talking about BMX. Please like and subscribe and share, and that's all I got.
Nice, dude. And as always, I appreciate Danny coming on. And if I went for Danny, I wouldn't be able to do what I do. So thank you very much, Danny. If you would like to support the BMX podcast, please go ahead and check out www.bmxpertspodcast.com. You can check out a shirt. You could get a hat. You can sweatshirt, whatever you want to do. You can also email me through that same web address. Kent's still down there on. Hold on. Kent's he's listening. We're talking about you, Kent.
I'm still on you guys, man.
So, Kevin, can you do this coming week? Can you post the official scores so far?
Yeah, we'll do that.
And then we'll try to promote. And what I think we could do, and I was going to bounce this off of you, is if you and I can get together and come up with a list of names for people that we want to invite, maybe create a big chat, and then we'll promote, like, hey, we need more people to play, because there's handfuls of BMX racers on my Facebook page. I mean, lots. And so what I'd like to do is put the word out, and that I think that will basically give us a lot of ground to build from, and get some fresh faces in here. And then also remember, these guys can play up to 5 times. So Kent, you still got 4 more tries to score. So I'm really excited. I like the way things are starting to shape up. It's coming out.
Kent, what's your honest opinion, dude? Who had the better questions?
They're good. I just have to remember when you're doing it, it's going to be SE questions. So I'm just going to have to study my SE.
I didn't like Danny asked, like, who's the lead singer for Van Halen? I'm like, come on, dude.
Well, I'm kind of a classical music guy now. I mean, I hear some of the old stuff once in a while, but I think I probably could have got 5 points. I think I kind of blew it. I could have got 5 points instead of 3, but.
Nice, dude. Well, Danny. Well, gentlemen, what else do you, Danny, or maybe Kent? You want to say goodbye to everybody? Do you know what the tagline is? Kent, you know what the tagline is?
Yeah, the track's closed.
Peace. Until next week.
Amen.
Track's closed. Peace out. Thank you very much.